Welcome back to episode 4 of the Girls That Get It podcast with your hosts.
My name is Ken.
And Han. We are back for a 4th week. Still going strong. Haven't missed a week yet.
I was going to say, I can't believe we're on week 4. I know that's nothing, but at the same time, that's a lot.
I know. We have 3 whole episodes out. All right. Today we're a little bit tired because we're recording this in the morning before.
We usually record this exactly 12 hours from now.
Yeah, normally we do 8 p.m. and it's 8 a.m. So a little tired, but we're going to fight through it and try to give you guys the best episode that you've ever heard. That might be a bold claim.
Wow.
But got to shoot high. I have high hopes.
Yeah. For our main topic, I feel like we're bringing it back to the basics. We're going back OG YouTube style. We are going to give you guys some of the things we wish we knew before we went to college. Like when we started on our social media or YouTube journey, the main focus was that, or we planned for the main focus to be all college content based, and especially focusing on the difference between our 2 colleges, which we could get into in a little bit, which I didn't even think of. But
I didn't even think about that either.
We're here now. So that's going to be the main chunk, but we'll get into our highs and lows of last week first.
Yes. Take it away. Go ahead and start for us.
All right. I'll start with my low, and I have, they're kind of like combined. You'll laugh when you hear this. My low is that I lost my AirPods.
I honestly kind of forgot that was last week.
Yeah, it seems like a lifetime ago. Yeah. It's just an unfortunate situation. It wasn't really my fault. But happened.
I'm assuming you didn't get them back.
No.
Okay. Didn't think so, but just had to clarify.
Yeah, I'll explain to you later.
Okay, got it.
It's not... At the end of the day, they're just material objects, but I just feel like I've had the worst luck with things like this recently. Like now I have to put in the work to order a new pair and wait for them to get here and all that stuff. And the pair that I do have... literally has been dying within an hour of using them, which they're supposed to last from 5 to 6, and the pair that I lost was brand new, had my name on it, so that's a little bummer. But I guess to tie into it, I just feel like my anxiety, which I've never been told I have anxiety, I just feel like I have anxiety, has been at an all-time high the past week. It's definitely better. Today's Tuesday of the following week, so it's definitely been better the past couple of days, but I've been anxious. I have been getting worked up. So if you have anxiety, that's having to deal with it and having to sit with that racing heartbeat just is uncomfortable and it sucks. So I have not been enjoying that. I haven't enjoyed the kind of grasp it has on my life right now, but we're working through it. And then I guess my high, if I'm going to be a real material girl over here.
Oh gosh. What?
I placed an order last week for new stuff at Aritzia.
Of course you did.
New stuff at Sephora. And new stuff from Amazon.
Dang, she said new stuff from XYZ ABC.
I know, and there's still a couple orders that I placed. And my mom looked at me yesterday and she was like, "What are you doing spending your money?"
I was about to say, I want to know how much money you spend, but also probably not.
Honestly, not that much.
Okay.
Maybe 200.
Okay.
Not even.
Yeah, okay.
And there's 2 pairs of I know.
It's easy to spend money at Aritzia.
It is, but I had a gift card, and
yeah.
Then I got I just got 3 things.
Ow. Yeah,
so it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of there's 2 pairs of shoes that I've been eyeing to get. There's this one top that I want, which I feel like I might get one shoe and the top and then call it a day and wait, because I haven't bought anything since Christmas and it's April, so I feel like I've done pretty decent on once, because I have been trying to save. Yeah, but we'll see.
Okay, that's exciting.
That's kind of it for me. That's kind of shallow, but
it's okay. Sometimes there's less eventful things, and you can't always have a super deep philosophical high or low.
Yeah, it's the little things, man.
It be like that. Okay, so for I'll start with my high because my low comes after my high, and I feel like it only makes sense to do it in chronological order.
Oh no, bestie.
No, it's not bad.
Oh, okay.
My high, I don't have anything specific, but this past weekend I went to Nashville for the first time ever with my friend Madeline to see our friend Addie, who she goes to nursing school there. She used to live in Raleigh. She subleased from Madeline. Long story short, we're all friends. And so we went to visit her because she's been there for almost a year now,
She's been there for a minute.
I know. It feels like she kind of just left, but at the same time, it feels like she left a lifetime ago. So we went to visit her, and that was probably just my high in general because I've never been there. And I know I've been saying a lot recently that I've been wanting to travel, which I have been, thankfully. So it was just a lot of fun, which I'll get into more details and telling you about it because I literally haven't told Kenna anything about it. Which,
yeah, guys, it sucks.
Before we started recording, which I think we said this maybe last week or the week before, it's like every week we like are talking less because we're trying to wait for like all the details for the podcast.
I just want to say I'm over it.
And then it's like we know nothing. Maybe we should reevaluate this.
We should
model.
Because it's gonna get to the point
where we never talk,
where we don't speak unless we're talking about pod stuff. Like,
I know,
what time do you want to record? What, like, can you send me a picture for the thumbnail? Like,
yeah, you're right.
I'd rather almost fake a smile on here and pretend because there's also things you can like share half and not like the
that's
whole
true.
juicy
There are always
stuff.
some things that we're not gonna put on here just because y'all can't be knowing everything, okay? But my low is that the freaking flight back, it was a nightmare because let me just say, for one, I don't like any airline that isn't Delta. And I said it before I booked this American flight, and I'll say it now, but it was the cheapest, so I really had no choice. But it got delayed, honestly, 8 times, and I didn't end up getting back home until, we didn't land until after 1 a.m., and I didn't walk inside of my apartment until after 2:30 a.m.
Jeez.
It was miserable, and we were supposed to be back at 10 p.m.
That's bonkers.
It was just really bad because I was genuinely thinking before we got to the airport, I was like, please don't let this flight get delayed. And then I was like, if it's going to get delayed, at least let a girl know before I get to the airport so that I could, have more time in Nashville. Yeah. But no, we ended up sitting at the airport for hours, and I didn't bring my computer with me because I was like, I'm not going to have time to do anything. And then realizing I should have brought it because I could have edited my entire video. Yeah. So that was my low. Is first world problem as that sounds. It was just kind of annoying. So
it's definitely an inconvenience for sure.
It is, especially when it's a Sunday night and you're just trying to get back, you're ready to get back, and I had work the next day, school stuff, and it's just just not the most fun thing to be at an airport till midnight on a Sunday. But
do you have any in-person classes?
No.
I didn't think so.
No, so I guess it doesn't really matter about that, but I am trying not to sleep in late AF every day because then my day is just gone.
Sure.
So I will tell you a little bit about, there's a couple highlights and funny things, and I guess I'll just give a general overview of the week. So we got there Thursday, and honestly we didn't really do much. We just kind of chilled, ate some food, went back to Addie's apartment, and just hung out because we were exhausted. So nothing really eventful about that. Friday we got brunch, and then Addie had clinicals on Friday, which she normally doesn't, but at the last minute it came up and she couldn't change it. So me and Madeline took her car and we went exploring by ourselves.
That's cute.
And it was kind of fun. We went to the mall because apparently they have a really nice mall, and Madeline really, really, really wanted to go to Zara because we don't have one here, and I guess she really likes Zara. So we
all
went.
The girlies are obsessed with Zara these days.
It's true. We went, and I got the cutest shirt in the entire world, which I haven't even shown you, have I?
Fake. She's fake for that. She texted me that on Friday, and I was like, you ain't gonna show me?
I should have. It's so cute. Well, I'll show you when we're done because it's literally on the floor right here.
Okay.
But it's really cute. I love it. So that was a highlight. It's blue.
Okay, that's fine.
But it's I can't describe. It's you see the little squiggly next to the Riverside word?
Yeah.
It's that color kind of.
Okay.
So yeah, we went to the mall, went into Aritzia, obviously, because there was an Aritzia. Didn't buy anything, but I really wanted to, but I didn't because there was nothing that was really calling my name at this very moment. So had to pass on that. But yeah, we just hung out.
Because when I was in Nashville, we went to a mall, but the mall that we went to wasn't the one with the Aritzia, and I was like,
No.
I know, because I was like, did they got one of those here? Because I would have done some damage, but they didn't.
Yeah,
so.
they do. But yeah, we just walked around the mall, chilled, got some coffee. I made Madeline try my favorite Starbucks drink ever, and she approved. So it's not just hearsay; it's the truth. If y'all haven't had it, you need to have it. And then I'm looking at my notes here. Oh, okay. Then we went to dinner at this really amazing Italian place. We just like found a place randomly, and they homemade all their pasta, all their sauce, all their everything. And they had like these little stations with like glass windows, so you could like watch them making each thing.
Oh, that's really cute.
Which was kind of fun and a little bit different. It was like an experience and a yummy meal, so can't complain about that. We know I love Italian food over here.
Mm-hmm.
And then... Okay, so then the real and interesting stuff starts now. When we went out Friday night, we went to Midtown, which I feel like every city has a Midtown. I don't even know what that means, but it's apparently like where all the college kids go, and it's not as touristy, and it's more like, you know, hangout place. Yeah. So a lot of Vanderbilt kids, and it was fun. We went first to this like arcade bar.
Classic.
And it wasn't that busy, to be honest, but it was fun. We played some games. We played Jenga, which I haven't played Jenga in forever.
Like one of the big ones?
Yeah, one of the huge ones, yeah. It was fun. Nothing really like outstanding happened there. It was just fun vibes. But then we went to a different place called Losers. There's like two bars. There's one called Winners and one called Losers.
Oh, I think I've heard of that. That's funny.
Right next to each other. And there was literally not a soul at Winners, but everybody was at Losers. It was packed, like literally packed. I wasn't miserable, but I was like, gosh, I need to be in the right mindset to be in here with all these people. But it was cool. They had live music. I mean, every single bar in Nashville has live music. So, what was that noise? Oh, anyway. So it was fun. We met up with, and we went out with Addie's roommate, and Addie's roommate's best friend was actually in town too.
Oh, cute.
So we had like a little group going on.
I was going to say, I'm definitely jealous because I don't have that many girlfriends.
Neither do I.
Much less like girlfriends that would want to take a trip together. So
oh yeah, no, me either.
I was envious.
It ended up being
all
like
weekend.
A few of us. It was fun though. We what? I don't even know.
You were saying winners, losers.
Oh yeah. There was live music. It was fun. And then the real like. The first thing that happened where I was like, oh, we're in Nashville was when we were leaving and we left Losers and we went to the next place, which was the last place. It was already like 1:15 and we were like, should we go or should we go to one more place? And we were like, let's just go to one more place real quick. So we went to this place called Dogwood. And when we were walking in, I kid you not, there were like 5 like employees dragging out this old man, but like, he wasn't just drunk. He wasn't just like stumbling. He was genuinely unconscious. Like he looked dead. I'm not even kidding.
That's so sad. That's so sad.
Well, yeah. I saw that and I was like, how do you drink yourself to unconsciousness? And then I was like, maybe he like, I don't know. He might have been doing some other things.
Maybe he got punched or something and...
I don't think so.
Really? Damn.
I don't think so. I think it was like I don't know. He was by himself. He wasn't bloody, like nothing. He didn't look, other than being passed out, he didn't look like messed up.
Oh my gosh.
And I mean, I'm pretty sure he either like passed out from drugs, alcohol, the combination, something.
That's
but
so
I was
sad.
like, oh Lord, gosh, like he looked not well, and I was just like, oh shit, like it's like that. And then they like dragged him out, and I was like, what are they gonna do with him? Like, are they just gonna leave him on the sidewalk to wake up in the morning and be like, where am I? Because like, where do you put people?
I was gonna say, I feel like there has to be like a policy. Well, I know they do it because they don't want people in their property if like, God forbid, anything medically does happen to them, because then they're liable.
Yeah,
but like, you can't just leave people out on the street for dead like that.
Well, they didn't. By the time we left, they propped him up on the sidewalk, and they were all standing there with him because they were probably like, I don't know what to do with him.
Yeah.
And then they ended up calling like an ambulance, and they took him away. But I was just like, geez.
Oh, okay, that's good.
It was just like I've seen my fair share of hammered people and people who've like blacked out and all of that, but I've never seen such a lifeless being from like at a bar. I was shook, and I was like, I wasn't scared because whatever, but I was just like, wow, that looks very sad and intense. I didn't like it.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah,
it was like people in Nashville get really, really intoxicated.
Oh yeah. Well, I felt bad, but I also was like, as bad as it sounds, he probably has an issue.
Oh, for sure.
So I was just like, oh gosh. So yeah, we saw that. That was like our first like wild encounter. Then we went home because we were freaking exhausted. And to be honest, at least me, Madeline, and Addie, like none of us really drank that much. And so at this point, we were just like, we're sober. It's 2 a.m. and we're exhausted.
Yeah.
So we went home, and then Saturday brunch, walked around, the typical day activities. And then Saturday was the real eventful time because we went to a pregame at a bachelor party at this Airbnb.
That's funny. That is funny.
I know. And I'm not really sure how we got there or like why. I'm pretty sure. Oh, wait. No, I know. Addie's roommate and her friend, they knew a guy they're from California, and apparently like this group of guys from California were here for one of their bachelor parties. And one of the guys like saw that they were here, and they were like, y'all should come pregame, blah, 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 blah. And so we all went. We showed up to this house with literally 15 men. I've never... Like, how do you have that many friends? How? Tell me.
That's hilarious.
I don't know 5 people. Like, what?
I feel like I could know that many dudes. I just don't know that many girls.
Well, yeah, same. But we walked in, and first of all, it was very bachelor party vibes. I was like, oh, I'm
kind of surprised they wanted chicks, to be honest. I mean, I get why they want chicks, but I'm also like, you're with the boys. Like,
it was their last night, so they'd been like going hard all weekend and all week. But yeah, we showed up, and honestly, the Airbnb was nice. I was like, dang.
The whole 15 people, it's got to be.
I knew it cost them a pretty penny, but honestly, probably not because they were splitting it between everybody. But it was fun. We hung out, and a few of them were actually really cool. And like they weren't all like I don't know. When you think of a bachelor party, you're probably not going to think that you're going to like actually talk to people and that they'll be like interesting. But there were a few interesting people.
That's good.
So it wasn't like, it was fun. We played Flip Cup. Obviously, my team won because we were 18.
As you should.
And then what else? I don't think. And then we went out on Broadway.
You went to Broadway. Was it wild? You said it was wild.
It was.
Just the fascination of having that many bars at that like magnitude and that close of a level, or did something specifically happen that was wild?
Well, 2, but I don't know if I can tell. I don't know if I want to or can tell you the specific on camera.
Oh, okay.
I guess I could. I just like, why am I like afraid that somehow somebody's gonna see it or hear it and then I'll feel bad? Like they never will.
No one's gonna know.
Maybe I'll tell you.
I'll
tell you regardless, but maybe I'll say it on here. I don't know. We'll see when it gets there. But yeah, we went on Broadway, and obviously I've been to big cities, so I've seen the masses. But holy crap, the masses!
It's different than like a New York or like an LA.
The masses were massing.
It's because it's like I love people from the South, and I love country music. You just get a little rowdier that way. Like
I know. Well, I wasn't.
It's all your country folk.
Oh yeah. Well, and it's cool because
they have wild energy. It's not like
they do. It was cool though because you know this, but I don't know. Other people probably might not. They closed off the street, the main street at night, so you can kind of like walk freely.
Which I will say is a pain when you leave because Ubers and like stuff like that is a nightmare.
Oh yeah,
because everyone's in the same place.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like I don't even know
When I was there, we left, like, bars didn't close until, like, 3, so we would call an Uber at 3, which, like, is not smart. We should have done it, but anyway.
Yeah.
You do what you do when you're
It was wild. It was fun. We went, it was packed. Let me tell you, these lines, oh my goodness, they are no joke.
Yeah.
We went to a couple. Yeah, we went to 2 places because the first place we went, there was no line. And then the second place was the place we wanted to go first where the line was way long. And then we were just like, you know what, let's just do it
because
it'll be worth it. No, it was Kid Rock's.
Okay. Kid Rock's good.
Which I didn't realize that all these bars were owned by celebrities.
Yeah, they're typically country music stars.
I did not know that. And when Addie was telling me, like, yeah, we're going to go to the celebrity bar, this and that. And I was like, what do you mean celebrity? Like, they've been there? Like, what? And she was like, no, they own it. And I was like, I sound dumb. Well, yeah, but I didn't know, like, what qualified it as a celebrity bar. I'm like, are there just celebrities
They're not going to be there, most likely. But that's also, like, the glamour of Nashville because Jason Aldean could very well be in his bar that night. You never know. You never know who's going to be in what.
It was fun though. Obviously we took all the cute pics of Broadway. And we met up with a few of the Bachelor dudes at Kid Rock's, which was nice because then I didn't have to pay for my drinks.
I will say it's expensive.
It is expensive. I paid $12 for like a little tiny gin and tonic at the first place, and I was like, dear gosh, I really
I spent a lot of money Nashville weekend.
Oh yeah, it's
because we went to Broadway, specifically Broadway, 3 nights in a row.
Jesus.
Yeah, we didn't go to another part. We didn't go to different bars. We went to like the Meccas, which they are going to charge you $12 to $15 a drink.
Oh yeah, and it's nothing special either. It's just your average little whatever.
Oh yeah.
But it was cool. Kid Rock's we stayed at for a while, and it was nice because there's like 4 floors, and so we went to a higher floor with less people when there was more space, and we could like have our space. We could dance, we could talk. Live music was pretty good, and I'm not a country gal. Well, I'll say this. When I say I hate country music, I do not hate all country music. I hate new age country music. I like old country music. Like I like Hank Williams. I like David Allan Coe. I like Tyler Childers isn't old, but he's more like folky. I like those people, but I don't like Luke Combs. Yeah. I don't even know the other guys' names. I don't like the new like pop country.
She said I don't even know the new guys' names.
I don't. Morgan Wallen.
I like all country.
I don't like
Morgan
the new.
Wallen's new.
I don't like the newer like poppy stuff. I like the like the old country, like the stuff my dad listens to.
Yeah, there's people that sing that though.
Which there's a good mix of both, I will say. And honestly, they played a lot of stuff that weren't country, but that were just like bangers too. Like they played a lot of like the Bro Van playlist, honestly, which was kind of shocking. I was like, oh, okay.
That's so funny. I don't know if we heard a song. I can't remember singing to a song that wasn't country when I was there.
Yeah.
But I also don't know how well I remember certain things. So.
She's like, I don't remember singing any song because it was too wild.
Well, I remember like physically everything that happened, but like when it comes down to the song, don't know.
Yeah.
Because Kid Rock, there's like a small stage and then there's like a big U bar at the bottom, right?
On the first floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, the bar is like a...
It's like a marble bar. Almost in the shape of like an O. I think so, because I danced on that bar. I remember that bar.
The bar at Kid Rock is like on the side. It's like...
I'm talking about the first floor, though.
Yeah, me too.
Because they look over and there's like the big eagle that says badass on the side.
I kind of don't think so, but then again, we were not on the first floor for long, so I could be remembering it incorrectly.
Yeah. I think that's Kid Rock.
Maybe, but yeah, it was a long night, but it was a lot of fun. There was a lot of wild people out, and honestly, I just liked people watching because once we got up there, after we were like jamming out for a while, I just went to the window and started people watching all the people like down on Broadway.
Yeah.
And it was just very, very entertaining. So that was fun. And then I'm going to tell you my thing off camera. Well, it's kind of good. It's not good. I'll just tell you on camera, whatever. So
okay. If you decide you don't want it, I can take it out.
Okay. So The Bachelor, it has to do with the Bachelor guys.
I had a feeling.
And
oh no, don't tell me it's the groom. That stuff makes my heart hurt.
no, the groom didn't even come out with like we didn't meet up with him.
Oh, okay.
We met up with 2 of them. Only 2 of them. And one of them I know he had a little thing for me. And it's just I know he did, because I'll tell you why in a second.
I'm not I didn't mean that in a denying way.
I always feel so. This is my issue. Not my issue. My struggle. Obviously, we all know I have a boyfriend, right? Who I love dearly. And it's really difficult because, like, as a female, sometimes you're gonna get hit on, and it's like I don't know how to handle it, because I don't want to be that girl that's like, I have a boyfriend, don't speak to me, don't look at me, because it's like, you don't want to jump to conclusions that they're coming for you, but you also don't want to be naive and like lead somebody on. Because I don't think that because I have a boyfriend, I can't like talk to other guys, and I wouldn't want my boyfriend to like not speak to another female because like he's with me.
Yeah.
Right. Especially when you're like with a group and there's multiple people, like I'm not that kind of like, you can't speak to blah, 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 or that I shouldn't either. But it's like, how do you tell somebody I have a boyfriend without being like, I have a boyfriend, get off, like, go away? Because then they're probably going to be like, chill. Like, I was just talking to you. Like, we're not, like, we're cool. Anyway, so this guy was talking to me. I mean, he was talking to all of us, but he was talking to me, and he was buying all of us drinks. Like, it wasn't just me. And he wasn't being, like, weird or pushy or, like, overtly flirty. He was just being genuinely a nice guy. And we were all just talking. And so long story short, the part that I'm like about is that we went back to their place afterwards because the Uber to Addie's apartment was like $60.
It's expensive.
And the Uber to their place was like 20 or something.
Oh, that's not bad.
And he was calling it and buying it, so we were like, let's just go back there. And I think also Addie's friend forgot something there, so we were like, let's just go back because forgot something cheaper. Maybe if we waited out a little bit longer into the night, it'll be cheaper to get back to Addie's. So when we got back, we were all just like chilling, and he was like telling me about his job, and we were like kind of having a side conversation. And then when we were leaving, I was like, oh, okay, like it was good to meet you, like we're going, like have fun, see you never. And he was like, gosh. I didn't say that, but it's like, what do you say to somebody you just met who you're never going to see again? Like, good to meet you, bye. So he was like, oh, I'll walk you guys out. And I was like, okay. All right.
Did he try something?
Yeah, I feel, yeah. So we walked out, and he was standing right in front of me. Like, everybody walked out before of us, and we were kind of like trailing behind a little bit. And I was like, all right, bye. And I was like, try to give him a little side hug and then like, peace out. And he was like, hold on. He said,
as they do. They always do.
He said, hold on. I just need to do something. And I was like, oh, fuck. Oh, shoot. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah,
I don't
sure.
know. I guess we'll keep it in for now.
We'll keep it in.
I was like, oh, crap. I know what's happening. And I can't let it happen, obviously. I didn't want it to happen, and that's not happening. And I was like, I can't. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not trying to lead you on. I hope I wasn't.
That's good.
But I have a boyfriend. I was just trying to be, like, I was just being friendly. Like, I was just talking to you as a friend. Like,
wait, you're like,
I didn't know what to do because he was a really nice person. He was just a sweet person, and I felt bad, obviously, because you don't like rejecting anybody, even when you're in a relationship. It just hurts because you're like, dang, I know they shot their shot and they got shot down, and like it doesn't feel good to be rejected.
That's part of the game, though.
But it's part of it, and he probably honestly already forgot about it by now. It's not like anything would have come from it anyway. But I was just like, dang. Sorry, dude. Like,
what did he say? Was he like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," or like, "Oh, my bad"?
Well, at first I said, "I can't. I'm sorry," and he was like, "What?" And I was like, and then I said, "I have a boyfriend." Like, I wasn't trying to like give off those vibes. If that's like, and like, I'm sorry. And he was like, "Oh, no, it's okay. Like, don't worry about it." Like, I wasn't trying to be like, And I was like, yeah, sorry. And then I left.
But
he was like, good to meet. And then he was like, good to meet you. Like, bye. And I was like, bye. Okay. So he was nice, but I just always feel weird in those situations because I'm like, I could easily tell every single guy who approaches me, I have a boyfriend, stay away. But that's just kind of like bitchy. And I don't want to be that girl.
There's a subtle way you have to do it.
I know. Well, and most of the time there's normally a way to bring it up, but we weren't really talking at the bar because it's like we're all just sitting there singing and like jamming. Nobody's really having like conversations. So that happened. Nothing monumental, but just like a funny little story.
That's not bad at all.
No, it's not bad. I just didn't want to be on here like blasting somebody and then like, why am I like, what if he hears
he didn't
it?
push you and he was very respectful after. So therefore, I give the dude credit. He shot a shot.
He did. I respect it. Shooters got to shoot. He just sadly missed this time, but that's okay.
I would say you miss all the shots you don't take.
He'll get them next time. So yeah, it was a fun night though. And then we went to sleep late AF because we got back super late and we were exhausted, and then I croaked, and then the next day we basically just hung out. We walked around. We went to Broadway again actually during the day, but we just went to get like some little souvenir stuff because I collect keychains and I wanted to get something for my boyfriend and just all that stuff. So then the whole airport debacle, and then we finally got back. So that's basically it. Yeah. Nothing crazy happened, but it was a fun time, and I'm glad I got to go and say I went because it was fun.
That sounds like a great trip. I'm glad you had a good time.
It was fun. I really want to show you my shirt, but I'm just gonna wait.
I know. I also got a really another story you gotta tell me off camera, or was that all of them? Because you said there was two.
Oh, well, the other one you kind of already know, but I need to go in more detail, but I won't tell you now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, I think we're thinking about different ones. So in that case, maybe there's two others. Anyway, that's beside the point.
I know.
Do you know which? Yeah.
A and B.
Yeah.
Yeah. A and B.
Yeah. Okay. So now my question, or not even my question, this was your question, but I'm gonna bring it up because it has to do with like going out and like it's not Nashville vibes, but it's just like similar. And you were saying like a thing on your notes was why do we never go out, or why have we never gone out just us? Which
so
I felt
for the
like
listeners,
it was kind of related.
I've known Hannah since high school, so we're going on 9 to 10 years of friendship.
9? Holy crap!
High school, college is 8. Plus we're in 9. We're basically at 9 if you count. Like I would say August is when school starts. So this August it'll be 9 years, which I round up to 10 because at that point
we're lifers.
Yeah. And I kid you not once in those 9 years have we gone out to a bar, just the two of us, or gone out just to like have a good time, get a little drunk, get a little tipsy.
Yeah, we never have, literally ever, and I don't really know why. Or, I mean, I feel like we'll
go out with other people.
Yeah,
we'll go with like a group, but we never. When it's just the two of us,
I feel like we never think like, okay, it's just us two. Let's go out.
See, I don't think so.
I don't know a time that we've ever said that.
We've never said it, but I don't think it's not something like it's something I've in the past wanted to do. It's just not.
Oh, I'm not saying we wouldn't do it. It's just like we've never really thrown that out as an idea.
Yeah, it's because I feel like you don't go out unless we go out in groups.
I mean, I'll go out. I just am not out here.
Well, she also doesn't get drunk.
Me?
So she doesn't enjoy going out. Yeah.
That's not true.
I feel like, I think that's why we haven't gone just the two of us.
It's true that I don't really get drunk, but it's not true that I don't enjoy it if I'm not drunk.
Right, but that's why we haven't gone the two of us, because you wouldn't drink, therefore
I would drink. I just
spend money.
Yeah.
That's why I think we've always not gone.
Yeah, I mean, I would drink, but I would just not drink enough to get drunk, and then I would just be spending money on drinks for no reason. Yeah, that's true.
That's why I think it hasn't happened, because that exact scenario right there.
Yeah, that might be true. I mean, we could go
which
out
I don't like.
We just have to, like, I'll just pre-game before and you don't.
I was going to say, you need to I need to.
I don't know.
You need to.
Because I don't know how else to fix that.
Yeah, I'm not saying, like, let's black out by any means.
No.
No.
I
don't think either of us have ever... I'm trying to think about myself here. I remember everything. That's my downfall. But I've definitely gotten sloppy.
Yeah.
So.
Well, then maybe... No, I don't know. Maybe we don't have, like, a friend-iversary, but maybe the official 10-year mark we should go out.
Friend-iversary? That's a whole year away!
We don't have... I know. I know. Maybe we'll do it sometime. We'll see. But we've never had them yet.
I feel like I'm kind of bummed we didn't do it when I was living in New York, because we could have gone to some, like, A-list place and, like, really done it up and, like,
You're right.
did it right.
You're right.
Where now we'll just be at, like, some rinky-dink bar, which is fine.
Yeah.
I was talking to someone about this. I feel, in a way, like, not that I've ruined going out for myself, but I've experienced, like, very top tier things in life as far as going out, just because of where I was located, and like you kind of had to like mature fast to like fit in that environment. It's not that I don't look forward to going to other places, but I want somewhere like a Nashville, I want somewhere like a Manhattan, I want somewhere like epic, like which I still enjoy. And I feel like out of all my friends, I have probably like the better sense of like knowing the time and place of when to like really, really drink and get drunk, when to just like go out and have a drink, when to like not drink at all. Because I go out a lot of times and don't even drink, or just will have one drink. Yeah,
and it's not like crazy.
But like definitely throw down the best out of all of us.
Yeah.
At least the homies. And do the funnest things. I know funnest isn't a word, but it's my world.
No, I feel like we would have a good time. We just haven't done it.
Yeah, which is unfortunate.
I know. I'm kind of shocked by that, but also at the same time, I'm not.
I know. I don't want to be 25 by the time it happens.
I know. We'll do it soon.
Yeah. So we don't even have any plans going forward.
No, we don't.
I know, which we need to fix.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was just a little sidebar situation. But the main topic, which I guess half the main topic was Nashville and half the main topic is the what we wish we knew before going to college.
Yeah.
I wrote down a few things.
I wrote down 2.
But I'll let you
Should we do like a brief intro of where we went to school, the vibes, whatever?
Yeah.
To explain to the listeners?
Yeah.
Okay, so the only reason I say this is because, at least for me, I had a not normal college experience. I went to Parsons School of Design, which is technically a part of the New School, in Manhattan. I moved when I was 18. I was there all 4 years, absolutely loved it. But it was not like, as far as like campus culture or college life, it was anything but normal. So I had very long classes. My shortest class was 3 hours. My longest was 6.
That's too much.
I know. It's a lifestyle. We didn't have like a quote unquote campus. You went to buildings and skyscrapers and went out with Manhattan's elite. Like there's no in between. I feel like Gossip Girl over here. But yeah, it was kind of a version of Gossip Girl in a way. I was going to bars and clubs at a very young age, even before New York. And yeah, that was kind of my experience. It was very less, it was more of an independent vibe rather than a community. I have a lot of friends at school while I was in school, but like post grad, like we don't really talk.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my rundown. Just for like reference when
when you describe.
When you hear my opinion, you'll kind of see why.
Yeah. That's funny. I just shook the camera. I didn't even mean to wear this shirt for this episode, but I'm wearing an NC State shirt, which is where I go to school. It's a state school in North Carolina, in case you did not pick up on that. But yeah, I don't, mine is oh my God, I cannot talk. My college experience has been your typical 4-year like state college situation. So I don't feel like I need to go into that much because most people, that's the situation, and you pretty much know, which you'll also be able to tell in the things I say probably. But yeah, so I will let you go. I have more, but I feel like I've been talking
I was going to say,
so much.
oh,
You can
I
go.
can go first.
Well, I have a lot of short. Okay, so the first thing I'll say, which is honestly the last thing I wrote, I'll just say quickly because it's not long, is try to, if you are not in college or you're a freshman or you're about to go into college, I know this is like hard, but try to have no expectations, because any expectation that you do have is probably not going to be what it is. Because I feel like before college, I like thought it was going to be all these things. And while some of the things I thought were similar, it's not what you think to a T. Like if you're basing your like expectations on like a movie or on what people say, like the best 4 years of your life or this and that, and you think it's going to be, I don't know, I could go into detail, but it would just turn into a long thing. But I feel like having no expectations is better, because then you're more likely not to get like your hopes crushed or like,
yeah. Well, I feel like
the other way around.
Through this convo or like you listening, you can maybe set new expectations that are a little bit more realistic.
Yeah.
Because I came up with a third one off the top of my head when you said that. I'm trying to think how to word it. One of the questions, because I've done a lot of videos about specifically going to Parsons, and I tie it back to all colleges, but the main question people ask is like college in general, no matter where you go, no matter what your price is, it is so expensive, and everyone is like, is it worth it? Like, do you think it was worth it? And it's a hard question to like answer, because it's all depends on your experience, what you came out with, what your personal goals with. So like, in my opinion, going to college, sure, it's about the education to a sense, but it's also just about being in an environment where you can learn and be informed by like-minded people during such a pivotal point in your life, at least in my like opinion. Like, sure, you're paying for education, but like your biggest takeaways, in my opinion, are not what you learn in the classroom. Like, yes, that will help you in your career, and yes, that will like set you up for like what you want to do in life, and you get in what you put in. And that's what I tell everyone on a social, emotional, educational level. Like, if you're committed to the process, it'll be great. But like, it's really, regardless of if you take that college path or not, like 18 to 22 in your life is such a pivotal point of like growth, like your brain developing, all that things. And like, you're trying to just find a good environment to be in while that's happening. And like, as well as location wise, where are you going to learn a lot about like the world, the people that live in it? Like it's big, it's a lot bigger picture, you know, than just taking classes and like getting an education, in my opinion.
Yeah. Are you done with, is that your?
That's my first one. Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to cut you off if you were still talking. Okay. My second one kind of, and I was thinking about this last night because I was like genuinely trying to think of things that I wish somebody told me before I went. And I'm still in college. I'm a senior and I'm about to graduate in a month. So I was really, really trying to think like, what do I actually like for myself wish that I would have heard before, so that I could have done something differently. And this one I will say is a big one for me. And I know that you won't relate to this one probably. Well, I don't think you will, just because your school was different and it was, well, I don't know. I'm not going to speak for you, but don't compare your experience to others' experiences in different colleges or even the same college, because
I agree.
I'll say, before I came to college, I thought that I was going to make a group of 10 besties for the rest of my life, and that we're all going to be like this. I'm crossing my fingers. And that just didn't happen for me, which that happens for some people, but sometimes it would be hard for me to see all these other group of girls like living their best lives, like best of friends. And I didn't have that, and I still don't have that. I mean, I have my good friends, but I don't have like that big college group that like is your ride or die that you do everything with. And so sometimes like seeing that, I'm like, well, why don't I have that? Like, what did I do wrong that they didn't? So, and regardless of if you have a big group of friends or not, or if you even want that or don't, and this can relate to other areas of college too. It's just everybody's experience looks so much different, because there's a million different schools in this world, and it's just like, it's not going to be the same for everybody.
Trying to get, it's kind of like it kind of ties into the point that I just said, like, you're all trying to get different things out of it. Like,
right.
Some people go with the intention of like just finding that friend group, so they put a lot more time and effort into that, which doesn't mean they necessarily find it. But like, if you're there to really hustle on your career and like make money to pay off student debt or like learn a lot, you probably won't like put the time into having friends. Like, it's very hard to do it all.
It's also not as easy to just show up and have friends come to you. Like, you kind of have to try hard to make friends. Like, it's not, you don't just, like, I kind of always thought that I would just show up and it would happen. Like, I would just magically have friends. I mean, I don't know why I thought that, but you just always, when you hear of college, you think of like, oh, your lifelong friends, this and that, which can be true, but it's not, it might not be as easy as you might think. So just try to not let that get you down, but also just recognize that each individual experience is different. And if you see your friend from high school's experience being different than yours, that doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means that y'all's experiences are different.
Yeah, comparison is your thief of joy. Like,
it's true.
That was the main reason I really struggled my first years, because I was watching all my friends at state schools have a different experience than me, and I felt so bad. I was like, why does mine not look like that? And the things that maybe they had, I didn't, but in the same token, the things that they didn't have, I like did. And I was successful in. Mm-hmm. How's my computer on Do Not Disturb and I'm still getting messages? Anyway, hope you didn't hear that. My next one, and I don't know if I feel like you might disagree with this, but in my opinion, and I'm not saying they aren't important because they are, but like, in my opinion, grades are not everything. They're not the end all be all. Like, your worth is not defined by your grades. And like, this is coming from someone that made the dean's list every semester and graduated like with honors. I wish there was more times in my schooling where I was just like, this is a project at the end of the day. Yes, it goes in my portfolio, which is a little different as an art student, because most people just get to turn in a test or a project and be done, where like mine lives with me forever. And that's why I did work so hard on it. But you're not like, it's just not the end all be all. I know so many people that get worked up about a test score and a grade and being the top percent, and those are great goals to work for. But in my opinion, the lifelong memories and lessons you have with friends or in like the city that you're going to school in is so much more informative and important. And like, so I'm not saying fail. I'm not saying don't prepare. I'm not saying don't study. Like, do all those things. But when it comes down to maybe getting dinner with friends in the cafeteria or like putting that extra hour into study, like sometimes the meal with friends is gonna like benefit you more in the big picture than your hour of whatever. Like, life does not have to be perfect. Your projects don't have to be perfect, and that is okay.
Yeah. I don't disagree with that. I will say one thing to kind of rebuttal, just for people out there who might be on my side more, is that, why is my manager calling me? I'll call her back when we're done. No, I'll call her back when we're done, because I feel like we're going to be wrapping up soon, because we're already at, the last one was 26 and this is already at 24. What was I saying? Oh, I agree. I don't think grades are everything. And I know, and me, I hate saying this because I don't like being like, I'm so smart, but since I've come to state, I've made all A's every semester. And the reason why I say that is because I know that grades aren't everything, and I know that whatever jobs I apply for is not going to look at my GPA and say, she has a 4.0, she's hired. I realize that. I'm not stupid. But the kind of the reason why I put so much value into my grades is because that's low-key all I have going for me. Because I don't know, it's not all I have going for me, but like, I'm still very confused on what I'm doing with my life. I don't have all of these like extracurricular things. I don't have all of these outstanding like attributes or internships or like all of these extra things that some people have, which maybe that's my own fault. I don't like, that could be another conversation, but I feel like it's the one thing that I can say, like, I did this myself and I'm genuinely proud of it, because it's like the best, it's like the only thing, it's like the one thing that I feel like I have from my college experience that's like, yeah, I did that and it like matters to me, because like I said, I still don't know what I'm doing. So I don't feel like I have no value when it comes to my college experience, but it's like, I don't have anything special about me. Like, it's not like, I don't know. I don't know. And
maybe I don't think that's true, but
maybe I'm underselling myself, but it's just hard. I don't know. For me, I think of my grades as like the one thing that I like have to show, and that's only because I feel like I need to overcompensate in that area because of the lack in other areas, I guess.
Yeah, I get that.
So if you have good grades, you don't have to feel bad about it or be like, what?
No, and none
like,
of that was to say to get bad grades. Cause
no,
like,
I know.
At the same time, still made Dean's List every semester, but it's just, I just wish going in, someone gave me the perspective, like, a bad grade isn't the end of the world. And really, like, just like you said, no employer is going to be like, oh, I see you got straight A's and, you know, you really excelled in this. Like, they ain't going to know.
No, I know.
No one's going to know.
I know. It's just the one thing that I've
they don't even
been
ask,
able to accomplish that I feel proud of, where I don't really say, I can't say I feel extremely proud of other areas of or other things in college. So, which might be a personal problem, but that's like my perspective. But I agree. It's not, they don't all, it's not the end of the world. And I've definitely, even though I've made A's, I've definitely not made an A on every single test in college. So it's not the end of the world if you don't get a freaking 98 on every single assignment, because I haven't, and it's not everything.
Okay, it's your turn.
I don't know. I have a few.
I have two
I would
more.
say what?
I have two more.
I guess I have two more. I'll save this one for last. Okay, this one kind of only applies to like if you're going to more school afterwards, which I thought that I was, and right now I'm not. Maybe I will in the future. But making an effort to form relationships with your professors is important, and it does matter, especially if you are trying to continue your education and either go to a master's program or a doctor's program, because you need people who can vouch for you, who can write letters of recommendation, and just like, it's just good to have resources and other people to go to besides your friends or your family or whatever. And I definitely could have and wish I did try harder to make relationships with my professors, which is why I'm saying this, especially because I thought I was going to be getting a master's right after school, after my undergrad. So going out of your way, especially in big classes where like they're not going to know you. If you just sit there, do your work, show up and leave, they won't know who you are, and you won't have that relationship or that person to like vouch for you. So if you are trying to like further your education, definitely making relationships, and even if you're not, it's just good to make connections and network, and like no matter what your career path is, it's just good to make connections with people in that field, especially when you're in class. It's like, what better place to do it.
Yeah, I second that. Through personal experience, you want someone, even if it doesn't come down to like letters of recommendation, but just someone you view as a mentor. And then I will say, for Colton's experience, his wonderful connections from school has really made him feel so secure and really helped him get like as far as he's gotten in that second level of education, and even job wise post grad.
Yeah.
My second to last one is, I think the movies and just life, and maybe you or your parents or your peers put the pressure on your college experience of being the best 4 years of your life. And even though it very well could be, and I hope it is, if that's what you're hoping for, I hope people realize, or like, I wish going into it, it was normalized that the years after will be just as good in different ways. And all year, I will say some of my lowest lows were in college. Like, sure, you might have your highest highs, but like, again, it goes back to, it's such an informative period of your life and such an impactful time that you have on the world, that the world has on you. Like, it is, I don't like that people phrase it as that, because it makes it seem like it doesn't get any better after, which it does in so many other ways, like so many other parts of your life, whether it's your career, your friends, your family, like continue to blossom further on. Like your first 18 to 20 were fabulous and you weren't in college, and the next 20 to 40 are going to be amazing when you're not in college. And I do think the mindset of like making the most of every day is huge going into it, but like it's not a bad thing to like put your nose down and work, because it's only going to benefit you in the long run. And if like you put the time in during college, maybe your next 4 will be a little easier. I mean, it's just different for everyone, but I just don't like the stigma of like, these are the best 4 years in your life, gotta do blah, blah, blah. Like that looks different for everyone, and they're not. Like, they're great, but like, do not define yourself by your college years.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I agree. And I'm still in college, so I can't speak on the after part yet, but I am definitely more excited for the after part than I would. Like, I'm not going out of college thinking like, dang, I'll never be able to live up to the last 4 years, because it's a different part of life once you graduate, which is just as exciting.
Because I think a lot of people that are unsure of what to do will even go back and get a master's or a doctorate or some grad program, because they are so attached to what is school and what university has been for them. When I think that's why most people that we know did that personally, but I won't say anything. It's not my story. Which isn't a bad thing either. They're going to come out with a higher education, whatever.
Right.
But don't let that define you. Don't let that stigma bog you down.
Yeah, I agree. The last thing that I'll say, well, it's kind of 2 in 1. One, take advantage of everything that you can on campus, especially as a state student. Being in a state school, I don't really know what your school offered. If anything, I feel like they didn't, but they offer so many things that you probably don't even know about, that students have access to, like the gym, like free career counseling and help, free. And when I say free, it's all included in your tuition. Nothing's free, but you're paying tuition, so you might as well use it to get all the benefits. Like there's just a lot of things that you can get as a student. So take advantage of everything that you can on campus, because once you're gone, and you won't be able to use it anymore. Like, I definitely could have used my resources on campus a lot more than I did. So I would say that. And then overall, like, it really does fly by. Like, in the moment, it might seem like it's dragging, but at the end of the day, like, I'm about to graduate in a month, and I'm like, whoa, how did we get here? I feel like I did not soak it all in as well as I should have. Like, you're going through college, like, waiting for the day that you graduate so that you don't have to be in college anymore. But 9 times out of 10, once you graduate, you're like, oh my gosh, like, I can't go back. Like, you can go back, but you'll never get that time back. And you'll always, nobody says I was young too long, or I was like, I didn't grow up fast enough. Like, you'll always, no, older people always say, like, oh, what I would give to go back to my 20s and all that stuff. So really, really, really soak it in and try not to wish it all away, even in the hard times, which there's definitely are going to be hard times, but try to enjoy it while it lasts and soak it all in, because it's really the one time in your life where you get to be in this stage, and you won't get it back.
Yeah.
So that's my last thing.
My last thing, because I agree with that. Sometimes I look back at college and feel like I didn't have a college, and that's more of a personal note. I just had to grow up so fast, and like my consequences were a lot bigger and a lot scarier, like at a very, very young age, which in a way, even though this is my first year post-grad, I kind of feel like in some aspects of life, I have been post-grad the entire time. But just think about that when you're going to school. My last thing is specifically when you are a freshman, and it goes for all 4 years, but be kind and nice to every single person you meet. Like, I truly feel like your freshman year foundation of like who you meet becomes like your friends, whether it's forever or not, but it's also just a network of people, and networking is so important in the big scheme of things. Like, I say freshman year just because that's when no one knows you. You can really like choose who you want to be.
You can reinvent yourself.
But really just being so kind and open and talk to everyone. The more people you know, the better. I was so pleasantly surprised just how open college students are in general. Like, they're not really there to judge you. They're not there to make fun of you. They're not there to bully you, where I feel like high school, you get stuck in these, like, social categories of, like, if you're a nerd, if you're a jock, if you're cool, if you're not, do you party, whatever. In college, you can do a little bit of everything and have friends for different reasons, and it's completely valid. And then turn around 4 years later, they could be the one that you work with at a company. They could be the ones that help you get a job. They could be the ones that call you an Uber when you're too drunk to get home. Like, you just really never know. I still to this day remember the very first person I met at college. We're not close, but like we follow each other on Instagram. Like, they've gone through a lot of life changes that have been really fun to support. They're going to be the ones that like listen to your podcast and be like, oh, I'm so proud of you, you know, like they're going to be the ones that care at the end of the day. So really just like be so kind and welcoming, because you never know like how that person can impact your life, or you can impact theirs at the end of the day.
Yeah. And you also don't know, like, and I feel like this is more of maybe a high school thing than college, but like you never know what the kid who's sitting alone at the lunch table is going through or thinking. And like having one person come up to them and be nice to them and just like offer like a shoulder to cry on, not cry on, but like somebody to just like feel like they're not completely alone. It could really change somebody's
It takes 10 minutes out of your day to do that. And that could change their life forever.
It's true. It's true. And I agree with that one.
The last kind of note you touched on, branch out from your high school friends.
Out.
Like, I see and I don't judge anyone that does this, but most people that we went to high school with are still mainly friends with people that we went to high school with, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I also think, as someone that did get to go and meet new people, I'm so thankful for that experience, and would just encourage anyone that didn't do that to like do it now. Like, do it in your careers. Like, you won't get a better time where people are coming together like for the same reason than college.
I agree. Yeah.
When you're in your career, when you're older, like you kind of all are on different paths at different times. College, you're kind of all there for a general same reason.
That's a good one. Yeah.
I think that really wraps up this
I was
convo.
about to say we're getting to that time mark, so I feel like we should wrap it up. We could honestly make a whole podcast about college, and I'm sure we will make more to come in the future, just because there's a lot to talk about. But yeah, that was. I feel like that was a whirlwind. I don't know why I feel like that was like a lot of.
It kind of got serious very fast, but
it did. It was
like
it was
we
good
really
though.
just tried to give you like our genuine perspective of things we wish we knew before we went to college. If there's any questions you guys have, watch our YouTube channel, leave them in the comments, because if we do another part, we'll pull from that.
Yeah, we will. And leave us a review, rate us 5 stars, please, and leave us a review
on Apple and
Spotify, Apple, Anchor, YouTube, all the things.
That's it. Those are the things.
And that is all for today's episode. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.